Hey everybody, it's Beth Gaff with the Peabody Public Library. Welcome back to Virtual Field Trips. Today we are going to be taking a look at planetariums. I am so excited about this because I have never actually been to a planetarium. So to be able to see them virtually is going to be pretty exciting. Also included with this below, down here on our website are some links for some lesson plans and activities that you can do that are affiliated with planetariums. And just like always, if you have any suggestions of field trips we can take, please email me, which is also down below, with my information so I can make sure that we are doing things that you would like to see. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's visit those planetariums.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to another session of virtual field trips and visits. My name is Beth Gaff, and I am going to be your instructor today. I am the systems administrator, technology trainer, and robotics instructor here at the Peabody Public Library. And like I said in the introduction, I am extremely excited about this today. I love nothing more than stars, moons, suns, planets. They fascinate me in every sense of the word, and it really, really does surprise me that I've never been to a planetarium. So today's class is going to be a little bit different. First off, I want to apologize that our class is slightly late this month. It's just been a crazy hectic month, and trying to get this out there as soon as possible was becoming an issue for me. So I'm just glad that we finally got it out here. And don't forget about those lesson plans, and I'll go through those before we actually finish up today. Planetariums are all about the planets, stars, and moons. That means that they are very, very long. And to try to keep this class at a condensed state where we're not going away and over beyond an hour of class time. I am not going to be going through all of the field trips or the planetarium field trips, rather, that we can. However, I am going to get you going, and I'm going to get you guided into where you can go to find what you need to benefit you the most out of the planetarium lesson. So I'm going to minimize our page here. Let me go back. First and foremost, I just went into virtual planetarium shows for kids. You could search it however you would like. And I'm going to take us back into where we were. A lot of this you'll be able to tell by just looking. We're going to look at a couple of these that are a couple of minutes or less. But for the most part, a lot of them are at least 10 minutes or over. And we just don't have that kind of time to sit with this. There are also on YouTube some 360 planetariums that you can take a look at. So I am going to be showing you that as well. Okay, so let's get started. And I want to start off with a planetarium animation tour. The planetarium, let me pause it. There we go. This just kind of shows you this. Sorry. This just kind of shows you the seating and everything that's involved. I'm just trying to get it back to the beginning. Everything that's involved with planetariums and when you actually go in for the tour. So let's take a look at what it actually looks like to be a part of a tour. Okay, so that was pretty neat showing you the arrangement, how you are seated, what you are looking at while you're doing it. Let's take a look at the Jennifer Chalsty Planetarium that they have open.
We're about to go to the night sky. And that's what we can do in this tremendous new planetarium, the Jennifer Chalsty Planetarium, the largest and most technologically advanced planetarium in the Western Hemisphere.
Okay, so that's just another type of angle that we can clearly see more of a different kind of planetarium. Let's see here. Here's a live school show at the Charles Hayden Planetarium.
Hi, my name is Amanda Thompson, and I'm the school coordinator for the Charles Hayden Planetarium. I'd like to invite you and your students to join us for one of our live school programs on your next field trip to the Museum of Science. Our live planetarium programs are unique because they really immerse your students in the environment and the process. They help choose destinations and share observations, allowing them to take ownership of the concepts. For our youngest students, we explore the sky and the solar system in detail. They might fly through the Great Red Spot of Jupiter or unravel the secrets of Pluto. For more advanced students, we travel to the edge of the Milky Way galaxy and beyond. I hope you can join our planetarium team for a flight this year. See you under the stars.
Okay, so if you're ever in Boston, that would be a really great one to check out. Let's see here. What other ones can we do that are kind of quick? Nothing too major. I do have some other videos that I was going to add on here. Let's see. Here's the Science Museum in Oklahoma. Let's see what they've got.
Science Museum Oklahoma has added many great newer exhibits in recent years, like Curiosity here. But there are old favorites like the Kirkpatrick Planetarium that are still drawing a crowd.
Space. What is it? How do planets and stars form? There are so many questions. The fascination with what's out there in the sky above us draws many to look for answers here at Science Museum Oklahoma.
We are on the verge of incredible discoveries because of vast new telescopes that are being built.
While there are many activities and fun things to do at Science Museum Oklahoma, there are also great lessons to be learned. Past the Echo Chamber, you'll find the Kirkpatrick Planetarium, a place to get some of those space questions answered.
The planetarium is an extremely unique environment.
Once inside this domed theater, the business and excitement of the world outside fades away. The lights go out, making it nearly impossible for our cameras to see, but allowing visitors a view that's hard to find anywhere else. Visitors gaze up at the 40-foot dome as they are transported to rural Oklahoma under a quiet, still, surprisingly bright sky. Guests relax as Planetarium Director Tom Arnold navigates them through the night sky, pointing out planets, constellations, and galaxies along the way.
We want people to come in and get enough information that all they want to do is find out more.
The planetarium was built back in 1978. While much of it is still the same today as it was decades ago, guests don't seem to mind.
It was great. It captivated my 3-year-old's attention, which is wonderful. So I got to enjoy it as well.
It's definitely something we'll come back and do. We definitely all enjoyed it.
However, Science Museum Oklahoma is hoping to see big changes happen to this old favorite soon. They're working on plans to upgrade the technology, giving future visitors an interactive experience like they won't find anywhere else in this region.
Technology has come so far that we can actually make the audience believe that they are traveling in a starship, you know, thousands and thousands of light years away from Earth.
Arnold hopes to see those changes start within the next couple of years. In the meantime, there's still a great show for those of all ages to enjoy here. Shelley Mills, Discover Oklahoma.
Okay, so the volume on that was a little low, so I do apologize for that. Let me pause this. There we go. So yeah, the volume was a little low, so I do apologize. Let's take a look at the Seven Wonders Planetarium show. And I think you kind of get the idea of what a planetarium is and how it's going to benefit us the most. So let's take a look at this one.
Ours is a universe filled with wonders. And within the vastness of our own galaxy, dazzling sights abound. Planets of our solar system fascinate us and inspire our imagination. And even our own planet Earth was once home to legendary wonders built by extraordinary civilizations in our distant past. These and many other legendary marvels await us as we experience Seven Wonders.
Okay, that was really intense. It looks like there's a lot that can be seen there. Let's see if there's anything else. We've got Two Worlds Beyond, Journey Through the Solar System. This is a live show trailer. We'll probably take a look at that. And the rest of these are a little bit longer than what I was looking for. So I'm going to kind of leave you guys out there to do what you would like to do. But let's take a look at this, and this will be our last video. And then I want to kind of get into some of our lesson plans, look a little bit on YouTube and see what's out there for that. All right. Well, that was a very exciting one. I really, really liked that. I'm noticing as we're going through these, though, that they're changing. Um, so we are ending up getting ones that are a little bit smaller than the $5 or $5, the 5 minute mark. So I'm going to allow you to go out there and venture on your own on this. And I will include this down in our links. So I'm going to leave that up. But I want to go into YouTube now because I want to show you this 360 model of planetariums. It's pretty cool where you can, and we're not going to watch the whole video. Planetarium virtual tour, but they have a lot of these 360s. Like here's a 360 virtual tour. I am just going to get it going. I've already started it.
Asterism. You can kind of think of that as an unofficial constellation.
I'm going to just kind of mute her for a second because I want to show you how it becomes 360. So you're actually able to grab a hold of these items and move it around. It tells you the different, here, let me blow us up here. Tells you what location you're in, shows you what she's looking at. She's looking up here. So that's what makes it actually interactive. Let's get out of this and try a different one here. There's a lot of them on here. Let me go back. Here's another virtual reality tour. I've got it muted right now. But let's take a look.
Come in. Hello? Is anyone there? Can you read me? Ah, there you are. Beautiful, isn't she? The Milky Way galaxy. And to think, each one of those 100 billion stars has its own planets, its own strange worlds. Imagine what it would be like to visit some of those exoplanets beyond our own.
Okay, I'm going to pause it for just a second. Because this is only 11 minutes, we're going to go ahead and do this 360 experience just so I can show you how it's done. If you don't want to see this, then you can just kind of forward through it. But I am going to be including some of these links in your lesson plans down below, so you'll be able to go in as well. So let's actually take a look at one of these 360 VR, which is virtual reality planetarium sets.
Little solar system. Well, today, you don't have to imagine, because I'm going to take you on a tour of 6 real exoplanets. What you're about to see is based on the latest scientific research, and as we travel across the cosmos, we'll hear astrophysicists from the University of Exeter tell us about their search for planets beyond our solar system. So, if you want to experience what it might be like to stand on another planet, I highly recommend strapping on a VR headset and a pair of headphones to feel truly immersed. Feel free to pause the video here whilst you get what you need to start your journey. Okay, are you ready? Let's go.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm studying observations of debris disks and trying to find debris disks and giant planets. So the planets will form over maybe 4 or 5 million years as the star forms. So the star forms out of a massive cloud of dust and gas, and that collapses down, and the centre of that will fall inwards and become a star. But then there'll be a whole cloud of dust and gas and stuff left, and that kind of collapses down into a disk that's just made out of kind of the leftovers from the star formation. And then that disk, the individual bits of dust will collide to each other, and they can sometimes stick together. We don't really understand that yet. Sometimes they stick and sometimes they bounce off, and no one really knows how they can stick together enough to start to form a planet. But then as soon as you have a big core, we call it a planetesimal, so it's maybe 10 kilometers across. That's big enough that its gravity starts to scoop up all of the rest of the nearby stuff, and then it kind of slowly picks up more and more bits of dust and gas, and they fall down onto the surface, and eventually it grows into something like Jupiter, or even bigger than Jupiter.
Okay, so I turned the sound off just because I want to show you how this is actually a 360 virtual. This is hot Jupiter, and it tells you the different planets, which is pretty cool. You can go back the way we started, look at some more of that. So this is quite interesting when it comes to how we can make it a 360 tour for ourselves. But you can see here's a 3-hour. So you just want to go to YouTube and type in virtual 360 tour planetarium shows. A lot of these are going to be 30 minutes or longer. So you can get a really good idea of how these field trips are done. I'm not sure if we watched this one or not. Let's see. All right. Let's get out of that one. Okay, so there, as you can see, there's a lot of different things that we could do with this. So while we're on that notion, let me pull up some of the lesson plans that you're going to be taking a look at. And something else that you can do is you can just type in planetarium lesson plans online and see what you actually get to go. So, fun facts, Earth has more exposed water than land. This talks about Venus, Jupiter, and Pluto. An overview. Students will learn about outer space before you go or before you do it virtually. Discuss what a planetary is. Why is it an important place to visit? Activate students' prior knowledge about outer space and the night sky. What are planets in the solar system? Do they know galaxy names? Figures in astronomy? Talk about what you're currently learning in Earth science class or any other kind of science, really. Here's some vocabulary. What to wonder. You can describe the theater, what the ceiling shape look like if you actually go to a planetarium. Choose the aspect of the show to expand on. Compare drawings. And then you can do a follow-up. Another one is here's some classroom activities. Things you can do that will help you familiarize yourself. So here's the planetarium calendar, survey, comparing, creating, and things along those lines. So that's going to be a fun lesson plan for you to try as well. And then this is planetarium lesson plans that are actually split up into grade levels. So we've got kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. So you can choose a grade and exploring the universe, changing views of the universe, history of space travel, There is all kinds of different things. Suns and stars, reviewing comets. Yeah. So I don't think I spelled it wrong. So then you could even go even deeper than that. We're going to proceed to Skyline. This one tells you about, this is an online planetarium, and I will include this as well. So obviously this is the Earth. And here's my sun, and there's Venus and Mercury. So you could create your own type of planetarium at home by using SkyLive. So, there you have it. Although this class wasn't as long as normally our field trips are, there's a lot of information that can be had in this. Let's check one more thing here. And I keep spelling it wrong. What is a planetarium? It's a building in which images of stars, planets, and constellations are projected on the inner surface of a dome or a public entertainment or education. So, there you have it, folks. I'm sure we've got some planetariums around in our area. Let's look here. I'm from Indiana. Planetariums in Indiana. There's one in Maryville. One in Indianapolis. There's one in South Bend. Richmond. Let's see. So this is the Maryville, the Holcomb, Kennedy, Joseph Moore Museum. Looks like it has one in there as well. Maryville, let's see here. Mishawaka, somewhat close to me. So this is their planetarium. Doesn't look like they have a website. Let's try a different one. Holcomb is our mayor, our governor. So here's Butler EDU. And it takes you to their planetarium. So telescopes for our patrons and so forth. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you had a good time today. I know I did. I'm definitely going to get out there and I'm going to see if I can't find a planetarium that I could visit. If you get the opportunity to get out there and visit one, please share it with me. Send it to me. Take some pictures because I would love to see it. So, all right. Well, I want to thank Google, Screen-O-Matic. Actually, it's Screencast-O-Matic. All the planetarium websites that we're using as well as lesson plans for making this class happen today. I really hope you got a benefit out of it and you're able to find those items that you're looking for. So, see you next time on Field Trips and Visits.